All right. Welcome to Finish the Story, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in. I am your host, Keegan Ray. I'm joined by Trent Ludzak, my co-host, my producer. What's up, bro? Pound it out.
Good job. You went quick that time.
I know. I was trying not to do. Last time it was too slow. Dude, I
You
just in
figured it
case
out.
everybody notices, I got a big-ass stain on my shirt because I fucking...
Keegan,
I had no idea. I put a liquid IV into a carbonated water, and it
Yeah.
was like the Mentos challenge.
I told you it was gonna do something, but I probably could have stressed it more.
It looked like one of those
Yeah.
projects you did it as a kid with the volcano with the baking soda. That shit.
It's a real landmine situation if you don't know what you're doing with
Well,
it.
and I'm in the studio, just around a bunch of equipment. I was like, no. I like panicked.
Yeah. No, yeah, I didn't even see it happen. I just saw the aftermath and got to put together how much, because I mean,
Hilarious.
you did it here, and you had a stain up to like the middle of your chest.
Oh yeah. It definitely. I mean, it shot. I could not believe. I was like, holy shit, it's crazy. But Liquid IV, get at us, man. We're trying to get sponsored. I drink too much. Get me with. I need them.
Yeah.
That and Pedialyte. So what you been up to, man?
Just fucking working, doing podcasts, man.
Nice.
Making
Nice.
plans. I'm plotting, people. I'm plotting. You'll see. You'll see.
Got blueprints in my mind.
The day of reckoning will come.
Nice. Yeah, dude, I'm sore as shit. I went whitewater rafting yesterday.
Yeah. You fucking
Just got beaten to
just
death.
risking your life for no reason.
It was fun, man. I've never been. Have you been?
No.
I'd never been. That was my first time. So let me just go ahead and tell you this. Before we even start, next time I go, I'm going to dial it back a little bit. I went went a little heavy on the old microdose. And
Bit of a macro.
yeah, it
dose.
was not a microdose.
It was
Then I made some edibles that morning. I'm
Yeah.
like, this will be fine. I had my coconut oil coffee. Bro.
So you took your dose, right?
Mhm.
And then where were you in the setup to this before the moment happened?
So
You know what
that
I'm
was
saying?
that
Where
was
you're
on
like,
the,
oh, here we are.
yeah, that was
Welcome
on the
to
river.
show.
That was on the river. But really, when it started really kicking in, we showed up late, of course. So we're supposed to be there at 2:00. We come rolling up at 1:56. Our car's like, what? So we're like running down to get orientation. Dude, as soon as they started doing orientation, that's when it started kind of kicking in, and I was like, yo, what the fuck? Because they make
Yeah.
it sound really scary. They started talking about if you
Yeah.
fall out, we're going to throw you a rope. He's going through this
Yeah.
whole thing. He's like, don't let the rope wrap around your neck. There's fucking rocks in the
I
river.
mean-
I'm like, wait a minute.
That's because people are dumb and have
No,
died
but
doing that. I'm
When
sure.
he goes, if you find yourself trapped underneath the boat, I was like, what? Like, I didn't even think about that. I was like, underneath the boat. Dude,
Yeah.
I might just give in to
You're
the
re-
sweet
you're-
relief of the river. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, if I find myself underneath the
Yeah.
boat, I think I might just let go.
I'm in your hands, Mother River.
Yeah,
Let me-
just no more taxes, no more
Yeah.
rent. Just take me at
Yeah.
Ocoee.
and maybe you wash up a quarter mile down the river.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
well, now you just live there and you have to worship the river
Hey, I already told him.
because the river was merciful.
Yeah,
And it-
put out all the podcasts. If I drown, just put them all out, even the fucking ones
Even
we weren't gonna
the
put
worst
out.
ones.
Yeah, the ones where I'm obviously on shit.
Yeah. The
Like
ones
that one where it took way too much caffeine, and you can see by the end of the
That one-
episode, I'm just like, oh.
the caffeine episode was pretty fun.
I was so uncomfortable, man. By the end
Yeah.
of it, it's like the end of the episode, I ended just going, all right, bye.
Yeah, you were pretty
I finished the story for sure.
jazzed up.
So yeah, they're giving us the rundown at
Yeah,
the
you're-
Whitewater thing.
You're getting scared.
I'm getting a little nervous. I'm like, wait a minute, this might be more for real than I thought. Okay, so then they're splitting us into groups. So they put us in a group. Everybody that's on my boat are managers. So they put a bunch of managers into
Oh.
a boat together. So
And
you
there's
put
just
a
one
boat.
underling with a sniper rifle trying to blow it up.
You got a boat full of
Just a-
women
just a
that give
dishwasher.
orders, that give orders and are not taking orders. So it was so
Yeah.
funny. And then we got this 23-year-old grumpy guy who's like being a fucking dickhead. Everybody was like, I don't know about this. Like, I don't like it. So we
They're
go
like,
on to
this
the
is
boat.
what you get for being managers.
Yeah. So we go on the boat, and the dude was already fucking grumpy from the beginning. You know what I mean? He like looked hungover. I was like, oh man, our guy, he's feeling rough. So we went down there, and it was like from the beginning. I don't know why, but I thought the front of the boat was going to be the chill part. Like I thought that was gonna be chiller than the back. Way wrong, dude. Everybody was yelling at me like because I was not rowing at the same time as everybody. You have to listen. It's so loud. I was getting distracted by the trees and by how beautiful everything was. I'm like looking up and they're like, row twice. I'm like, damn, it's beautiful out here. Like Keegan, goddamn it.
Yeah. So that you're just always going left.
Yeah, kind of.
Right.
Kind of. We weren't getting it together. We weren't doing it at the same
Yeah.
time. I mean, but he was a grumpy dick, dude. The whole time he's like, y'all are fucking sucking at this. Y'all are not doing good. We're
That's
like, damn, bro.
hilarious.
Yeah, it's like a little positive reinforcement goes
You're
a
like,
long
I don't
way,
know.
Nate.
I think based on what the guy in the shack told me, I think we're doing pretty good because none of that's happened.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. I was like, nobody's fell out, but that's obviously not that's not their
that's not the
success.
standard.
Yeah, that's not their success
standard is-
range.
You needed to tell me. You didn't need to tell me the worst. You needed to tell me the standard.
Yeah, he was just basically he was negging us the entire river. So he's
What a
just
dick.
negging us like hot guy negging us the entire river. I'm like, and you got the manager. So the girl that's up front with me, Kelsey, she kept being like, hey, you ain't got to be a dick about it. And then at the further down the river we got, the more you could see that she was like
getting
over it. Just like, hey, shut the fuck up. She kept saying shit like he's like, yo, you've got to row together. She's like, oh yeah, I forgot I do this on my off days. She's like, shut the fuck up.
You gotta. I mean, maybe that guy was just trying to get somebody to push him off so that he could join the sweet release of
Get
the
sweet
river.
relief of the river. No, I think he was just fucking with us. I think in his mind, I think that was the only way he was going to motivate us to do it. I don't know, bro. We were kind of a mess. I was in the front. I was fucking everything up. So then we swam, and then once we swam, I got demoted to the back of the boat into the middle. I did way better because then you don't have to listen. You just row with the person in front of you rows. I was like, that's a lot easier on mushrooms.
Yeah.
Being up front was too much. And the first rapid we hit, so I'm like, I'm already feeling uncomfortable. I'm like, I ate way too many mushrooms and took edibles. Like, everybody told me not to do this. I'm going to fucking drown out here. So the first rapid that we hit, the girl that's beside me in the front of the boat, all I see is white water, and then I see her feet in her helmet, like, off the boat.
Ooh,
so the
that's bad.
first one, I go, ah! And I, like, reached over and pulled her up by her fucking life jacket, just pulled her back on the boat. That was the first rapid. So I immediately was like, this might not be good.
This is a lot. We almost had one of the things the guy in the shack said.
Exactly. I was like, holy
That was so
shit.
close to that.
Right off the rip.
I saved you. You
Then-
owe me now. Give me one day off whenever I want.
Yeah. I need Mondays and Tuesdays. No, so that was like the first rapid, but the guy's nagging us the whole time. So we're chirping back and forth the whole river. We're like giving him the business. He's fucking. Then this other, so we all get off to swim, right? Well, one of the girls on our boat that wasn't a manager, she's this little 20-year-old little cute girl, and she's like swimming around. So we're all swimming. One of the raft guides just comes up in one of the other boats and just scoops her up with his oar. Like he just grabs her in the back of her.
He's just stealing.
He's just fishing for bitches. I was like, what are you doing?
Wow.
We all turned around and we're like, hey, put her down. Like,
Wait, so their raft was trying to pick up another member?
Yeah.
Were they like gonna kick off like a?
no, I think they only had 4 or 5. They were you have
okay.
6 is like the most you can
Okay.
have. I think they had 4 or 5. But yeah, he just came up and started picking her up. We're like,
Okay,
what are
I
you-
thought they were gonna be like, change out for like a fat dude.
No.
Just like they're like they pull her up and kick
Yeah.
a fat dude
Yeah,
off.
you've been voted off.
Yeah.
You're too heavy.
Exchange.
You're fired.
Hey, now you're not the biggest problem, Keegan.
No, I just thought that was wild. That dude just literally pulled up to a girl, hooked his oar, and tried to fish her out of the river.
Yeah.
I was like, I wonder what his success rate is on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder how many girls are just like, hee, and then just get in the boat with him.
Yeah.
That dude was funny. He was jumping off everything. Like, he would, like, stop the boat and, like, climb onto a rock and, like, do a backflip.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's got to keep himself entertained somehow.
Well, our guy goes, yeah, man, his girlfriend dumped him yesterday, so I think he's trying to show off a little bit. He's just out there peacocking like a 5-year-old. I was
That's
like, dude,
fu-
this guy is hilarious.
I mean, when you get insights like that, you kind of got to be okay with the grumpiness a little.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, he's hungover. We're kind of the worst. Nobody was paying attention. Just a boat full of people who don't take orders, not taking orders.
Yeah.
You know?
Also, what do you think rafting boat guy's girlfriend is like?
Dude.
I
I
bet.
have no idea. And he lives, it's like a fraternity.
Yeah.
I was talking to him afterwards. They all
I
live
bet
in like a
she
tree
doesn't
house.
shave.
There's no way. No chance.
She makes her own deodorant.
For
I bet.
sure. Or
Yeah.
uses lemons. She uses lemons.
Ooh.
That's a new thing. Using lemons.
What?
Yeah, no deodorant.
There's no
using
way
lemons.
that works.
That's what I said. So there ain't no fucking way. Anytime that I've worn like Toms, I smell awful. I'm like, I'd rather have the cancer. I'd rather have the fucking cancer and the aluminum in my soul.
Pit cancer, it'll broaden your shoulders up a little bit, you know? You look jacked before you go.
Yeah, just walking. Everybody's like, put your arms down, dude. No, it was fun. The whitewater rafting is fun. I would dial it down. Maybe not take as many mushrooms.
Yeah. Maybe none would be a good chance.
Well, let's not get
Maybe
insane.
none the first time. I
Yeah,
feel like after you've done it a few times, maybe. But
these mushrooms, man. I
Here's a
I
question.
saved them. It's like they're
have
just
you
too
ever
strong.
Have you ever gone skydiving?
No,
Would you do that?
I've been thinking about it. We were talking about it yesterday. I might. Have you done it?
No, but I would.
You think so? Should we finish the story from the sky?
You know, Average Joey.
Yeah,
We could talk. He's big on it these days. We could talk to that guy.
yeah.
He apparently he does shows where whatever comics on the show will agree to do it will skydive to the show.
What?
Yeah.
And do your set after you skydive?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that would be rowdy. You just be
Yeah.
up on stage like, "Wah!"
I would love to do that after my first time skydiving.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Because here's the thing.
Average Joey, get us, dude.
If
We want
I-
to do it.
Here's the thing. I think that if I could pull off my regular delivery after that, it would be hilarious.
I didn't think about that.
Because
You're
it
just
would
dead
look
bad.
it would look I would look like just nothing phases me.
Yeah, that'd be
And that
awesome.
would be the goal, but I feel like I'd probably fast talk everything
I mean, you would have
because
to.
I'd just be jacked up.
Yeah, your
I'd just
adrenaline would be going crazy. It's like
Yeah.
that scene from Pulp Fiction. You
Like-
just get stabbed in the chest, like, "Wah!"
Yeah, like he'll be like, "How much time can you do?" And I'll be like, "Let's go 10 on this one just to be safe." I might run through everything.
I'm going to do 45 minutes of
Let's
material in 7.
Yeah.
That was a big problem when I first started.
Yeah, that not everybody. A lot of people have that problem early.
Sucks.
You gotta figure
that's
out
a
how to slow
terrible
down.
feeling. And you look over, you got your fucking phone on stage. You look over and you're like, what? I've only been up here for 5 minutes. I have nothing else to say.
Yeah, you're like, I wrote for 4 hours.
I
today."
wrote for 4 days, dude. I got 5 minutes. That's what
Yeah.
people don't understand is the amount of work. Like if you get a solid 15 minutes, like the amount of work that went in to make that 15 minutes,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, because you really have to get into the, like, you have to almost try every joke with every word in every possible inflection.
Yeah.
Like, you almost have to, like, do that. I mean, some of them you can rule out because you're like, that just wouldn't make sense.
Right.
But sometimes the stuff that makes sense is funnier. So, like, you really got to try everything
Yeah.
and just see what hits.
Just throwing shit at the wall, see what
Yeah.
sticks. Yeah, I got a couple of premises I'm excited about next Monday when we do some open mics. Got some
Yeah.
pretty good premises. And sometimes you have a premise that like you can write, but sometimes you can't really do the tags unless you do it on stage. Like you got to have that interaction with the crowd and that will jar something loose like, "Oh shit." Like
Yeah.
so I'm going to say the
That'll
premise is I'll tell it on Finish the Story just to get their feedback. The premise is that coming inside of somebody is like sleeping through an alarm. You know what I'm saying? like when you're sleeping through an alarm, you know you shouldn't, but God, it feels
Yeah.
so good. Same thing with coming
Yeah,
inside
when you're
somebody.
like right on the edge of consciousness and you're like,
I should it off. I should
like,
yeah.
and not the snooze. And here's the thing: you're awake enough to know that if you hit snooze, you haven't fixed the problem.
Right.
You're awake enough to turn it off.
See, I think that coming in somebody is like where you've already hit the snooze and you don't hit snooze, you just turn it off.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you lay there slowly and you're like,
Yeah,
if I don't
and
get
you
up
just
soon,
slowly accept
Yeah.
a significant change in lifestyle.
just wake up 9 months later, it's 10:30. Yeah, that's the premise I'm working on. That's
Yeah.
that's going to be a fun one to work on stage and like talk
Yeah.
to people in the crowd. But yeah, whitewater rafting was crazy. They were jumping all over the place. It's like a fraternity. I didn't understand that. The dudes that are the guides,
Yeah.
they all live in a tree house. They were like, it's like going to college.
Oh, so they're poly.
I don't know what that deal was. I was just like, this is like a fraternity for
For
30-year-olds.
hippies? Yeah,
Yeah.
for
hippie 30-year-olds. Like I don't know. It seemed weird.
weird.
But
maybe I should get into it.
I know.
feel
I was like, wait,
feel
how
like I
much
would
is?
be
You already look
quickly
like you're.
accept-
Yeah.
I'd probably be accepted quickly.
Yeah, we look like the guides. I showed up in a tie-dye shirt, and they're like, "Why do you look like the guide right now?"
People kept walking up and asking you questions.
Yeah, they're like, so how do I hold the rope again?
It was
Like,
like-
I don't know, man. I'm tripping, dude. When
Like
the
going
thing,
to Home Depot in an orange shirt.
yeah, in the seminar, the guy's like, nobody's under the influence of drugs or alcohol, and everyone looked at me
Yeah.
from my job. I was like, will y'all fucking chill? They're not gonna let me on the goddamn raft. I was like, they're kidding. They're kidding.
Don't narc.
Yeah, fucking
I'm
tattle
gonna.
tales. Dude.
Hey, next time you go smoke in the cooler, I'm gonna let him know.
Yeah, next safety break, I'm tattling on everybody.
Yeah.
I'm calling us.
Yeah, we're gonna. I'm the wrath of God. Is
Yeah,
what
I'm
you're
calling
gonna
the
feel
owner.
for this.
You come in with him on FaceTime. Ooh. Y'all in trouble?
I'm gonna end you.
Yeah, I'm talking to him right now. Y'all are in trouble.
Yeah, but no. Instead, they let you go on the raft.
Yeah. Well, that's the same thing as one time I went to Andretti's, right? So I'm at Andretti's.
I don't even know what that
it's
is.
the indoor golf course, or
yeah,
go-karts. And they have, bowling on shit.
Is
so
that
I'm
an
in-
adult thing or?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, so these things haul ass, bro. These go-karts haul
bro. We should
fucking
go do
ass.
that one.
Yeah, you
Let's
got to
go
wear
do
a
that.
helmet.
Let's do that tonight.
It's fun. I don't know how much it costs. The one time I went, so I went on a date, right?
Mm.
So we're sitting there having drinks, sitting at the bar, having a couple drinks. We're feeling good. She gets up to go to the bathroom, and I'm like, call the bartender over. He's like, yo, what's up? And I'm like, hey, are they going to breathalyze me to get on these go-karts? And he's like, what? I was like, are they going to breathalyze me? Dude, I'm on a first date. That would be wildly embarrassing.
If you blow like a 0.1.
Yeah, like a 0.17. They're like, Jesus. She's like, how much did you drink before the date? You're like, fuck. I was blowing my spot up. So the guy's like, no.
Man, you have a real problem with people narking on you.
Yeah. He's like, nah, man. No, nobody's going to breathalyze you. He's like, you just can't be visibly drunk. I'm like,
Challenge
okay.
accepted.
Yeah. All right. I'm like,
Yeah.
are you sure? Like, you know how much I've had to drink. You serve me.
Yeah.
Are they gonna? And I was like, so what do they do with your license? He was like, well, they just check in, like running in. I'm like, mine's not what you would call valid. I was like, but I couldn't talk her out of this fucking date. She really wanted to come here.
You're just a mess at a go-kart track.
I was like, she really wants to go here. And I didn't have the heart to tell her that your boy's got a little pending problem. So he was like, no, you should be good. So the whole time before we got on the
Yeah,
go-karts,
but
I
that's
was
the
like,
bartender's job is
Yeah.
just to be like, you should be. I bet the best part of his job is watching people getting escorted
Yeah.
out.
getting escorted
Who
out in
he was
handcuffs.
like, nah, you're good.
Yeah, you're good.
No problem,
Yeah.
man.
He like looks at the bouncer.
Yeah.
Got another one.
He's like, hey, that one.
No, man. So we go in there, and the whole time before it, I'm like, oh, fuck. There's no way they're going to let me drive this fucking go-kart. Nobody said shit. They just give you a helmet, and they're like, all right. So the
They're
one
like,
thing they
"Good
do tell
luck."
you is no contact because you're
Yeah,
going so
yeah.
fast. No contact. So I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, cool. No contact. First turn, the girl that I'm with fucking pit maneuvers me, spins me out so that we're blocking so no one can go around us in the first turn. And the dude comes running out like, what did I just say? He's like, I just got done. It was
Wow.
so funny, dude. She was like, bullshit.
It's funny how much thought you were going to be the problem.
Oh, yeah. She goes, if you ain't rubbing, you ain't racing. Rubbing's racing. I was like, dude,
Jesus,
you're
dude,
too.
this is a trash lady.
Rubbing's racing. Nah, she was.
Do you think that when she went to
Quoting
the
Talladega
bathroom, she asked one of the asked like a passing waitress, like, "Hey, are they going to breathalyze me?"
Yeah,
on these
I was thinking that
go-karts?"
too. When she went to the bathroom, she's really like Googling,
Yeah.
do they breathalyze in Andretti?
Yeah,
We were both worried about the same thing.
yeah. That it feels like she had that energy.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing: you've built this up. Like I'm picturing like a beautiful lady who's trying to do something a little crazy. You're talking about a dumpster fire.
No, she was a beautiful lady.
You really.
She's awesome. She was fun. One of the best, like just such a
Beautiful
fun time.
ladies can also be dumpster fires, Keegan. Come on.
I don't think so. I don't
They're
think
just
so.
they're dumpster fires in development.
Yeah.
You know,
hey,
like they're just like burning out the top. Which here's the thing: everybody likes a dumpster that's got a little bit of fire coming out. You're like, oh, that's kind of cool.
it's like one of those barrels that you
But then
stand
it-
around at McCracken's.
Yeah, but then
That's nice.
it develops into like a full blown dumpster fire.
Yeah, now the
And
patio's
now
on
you're like,
fire.
this is an issue. Now.
The whole patio's on fire. You're
Yeah.
like that little dog meme. This
Yeah.
is fine.
You caught the beginning of the dumpster, bro. If she's doing what you're doing on a first date, which, because by the way, you understand you are a dumpster fire, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Dude, I was on a first date one time and we got out of a concert and I looked at the girl and they're doing nitrous and I'm like, I just looked at her like, well, I don't know how you feel about this, but I'm going to get a couple of balloons. She's like, what? I was like, yeah. And so I started explaining, because she'd never seen it. She's like, well, what is it? I'm like,
Oh, she just was like,
she had no idea what was going on.
Let's try it out.
Yeah, she just was like, oh my God, it's like a 5th grade birthday party out
Oh,
here.
man.
Everybody's
So-
walking around with balloons.
Did you have her do balloons?
No, she didn't want to do it.
Oh,
But she wanted to sit and watch because I was trying to explain to her. All right. So when you're at the Tabernacle, when you walk out of those shows, there's the parking lot right by the Tabernacle. They pay off those police officers. So those dudes
Whoa.
just stand there and watch these guys sell nitrous.
What a job.
They have like 2 nitrous tanks. And I was telling her, I'm like,
nitrous, I thought, isn't illegal.
it is when you're selling it balloons in the parking lot and you're
Fair
filling
enough.
up fucking, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, very illegal. So these dudes just literally sit there and watch. And then at the end, when it's time for them to like leave, whatever they pay for, I guess a time, the police just roll through with lights on and then the guys put it in their trunk, drive off. Now think about this. You're selling 2 for $20. How many balloons do you think they could fill up from a fucking tank that big?
Wild.
A lot of money.
I bet those tanks aren't cheap either, though.
Fuck no, but they're getting it from a dentist out the back
Yeah.
door. They're probably stealing it. But so we're sitting out there on the wall, right? So now people walk around and they'll be like, yo, I need 1 for 10, 1 for 10. And everybody's, calling out different things.
Yeah.
So this dude walks by us. He goes, I need 1 for free. 1 for free. I'm looking for 1 for free. Dude, he's just out of his mind. Shark eyes.
Yeah.
So we're like laughing, watching this dude on the wall. We're like watching him. He's like, 1 for free. I need 1 for free. And all of a sudden, dude, out of nowhere, you'll let your balloon go. And so somebody let a balloon go. It flies. He snatches it out of the air, looks at everybody, goes, 1 for free. And everybody was like, yeah. And he fucking did the whole balloon. Everybody was like, I was like, no way we just saw that happen.
Wow.
Like the universe is like, 1 for free. We got you.
I didn't know that there was a nitrous god that watched over.
Yeah, I didn't know Jesus likes to womp out, dude.
I've never done it, but I've
It's
heard.
fun. It's fun.
I've hung out with people who have done it.
It's fun. It's fun, especially when you're getting out of a show. Now I won't sit there all night and do. I'm a one and done. I'll do a balloon and walk out. Like I'm good. I don't need to sit there and do 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Dude, one time we walked into a hotel after an Humphrey show, and my buddy walks in the lobby, and we're all sitting in the lobby, and he walks in with 4 balloons. The dude at the counter's like, bro, no, what are you doing? He goes, it's my buddy's birthday. He's like, I brought some balloons for the birthday. We're like, get the fuck out of here, dude. My credit card's on the room. Will you fucking settle down? Out here walking
Bro.
around like Jerry Garcia.
Bro, one time I watched a guy do 3 liters of nitrous.
What?
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
In like 3 hours. Yeah. It was
That is
it
just
was
decimating
a
your brain.
weird vibe.
Decimating your brain. I know people that like will get it. They have 24-hour services in Denver where they'll just bring it to you 24 hours a night.
Whoa.
They'll just deliver it to you.
Man, Denver's progressive.
Mm-hmm. My buddy went on a party bus and like there was like a bunch of people on a party bus like that he didn't know like other than their group, and the dudes just got on with a tank. He's like, oh shit, like, that's how we're partying.
Yeah, people seem to really love it.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of money is crazy. I mean, they have like the whole nitrous mafia, like those dudes
It's-
travel around.
yeah,
It's
I'm
fucking
not-
insane.
I don't want to get into it. For something that doctors use,
Yeah.
it's surprisingly like weird and shady.
So shit. Those dudes are not playing, but you got to think the amount of money that's going into that. Like, they will definitely shoot you, no doubt.
Yeah,
You're
oh,
talking
yeah.
about hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like those
Yeah.
guys are not playing games.
Oh yeah.
And
And bullets are expensive, but not that expensive.
yeah, they're not that. Hey, we're making okay money.
Yeah, we can
We can afford a bullet,
we can burn a few of these things every once in a while.
dude. I was thinking about concerts like Tabernacle.
I still haven't been to a concert since I moved down here.
Really?
Yeah,
We
well,
got
we
it.
tried to
Yeah,
go to
yeah,
the
yeah,
one.
yeah. The Eastern is cool though. We'll find another show. We'll go to the Eastern or we'll go to the Tabernacle.
Well, I saw, what was it? Parliament Funkadelic with George Clinton.
yeah, and then Atmosphere. Atmosphere.
Yeah,
I think that'd be a good
they're
show.
both coming.
Yeah.
I think neither of those are nearly as expensive as the Les Claypool one, too.
Right. Yeah. So you can catch some pretty cheap shows too, though.
Yeah.
Dude, we used to go to concerts with this guy. We'd go see Chris Robinson Brotherhood, right?
And honestly, so I'm going to start doing this when I have merch. You should start, like, when we talk about stuff like this at like on the show.
Yeah.
You should make sure to bring a piece of merch specifically to give to be like, have like a thing where be like, if you say this to me at this show or any show or set a rule, be like, I will give you the thing. Like, I'm thinking about, I'm ordering merch that is going to be dugouts.
Nice.
And it has two sides. So I'm going to fill it up.
That's dope.
And I'm going to have one where it'll be like the first person that says whatever thing, and I'll come up with it on the spot.
That'd be dope.
And it'll be at McCracken's for me. So basically, anybody who listens to my show that's not a comic and goes to McCracken's
That'd be awesome.
can get a filled up extra special.
Yeah, it's like a
merch item for
speakeasy.
free.
You're like,
Yeah.
if you stand in front of me and strike a match.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
If you stand in front of me and flick yourself in the balls.
Just
I mean, make it worthwhile. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we're talking dollars worth of merch here.
no. Damn. No, so I was thinking, I just thought about this. So we used to go all the time with this group of people, right? We'd go to all these concerts. I was
Yeah.
thinking about, all right, so we went to this concert one time in Wilmington, North Carolina. Now, the amphitheater is like in a neighborhood. So it's kind of bizarre. It's like a little amphitheater on a lake in a neighborhood. But the thing about that was the show started at like 6. I have never been to a show that started that early that
Yeah.
wasn't like a daytime festival.
Yeah.
So we show up and now this is what my buddy
there's
would
like
do.
children on the playground.
Oh, yeah, there's a whole neighborhood full of people chilling. So this is what my buddy would do before the shows. He would set out sugar cubes, right? And he'd get his vial out, and it was like if we wanted to do a little L for the show, and he would dose them, and he'd be like this. He'd
Don't
go,
call it
boom.
L. That sounds that sounds too shady.
Okay.
Talk about what you're talking about.
LSD. No.
There you go.
So when we would dose,
Lust.
he would put out all the sugar cubes. So he'd go around, and he would just dose them, bing, 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 and then he would look at everybody and be like, bum, bum, bum. And you'd be like, wait, what was that one? And then he would fucking put them all in a hat, shake them up, and he'd be like, somebody's going to get the double dose. So every time you're taking your sugar cube, you're like, I wonder who's going to get the dose. Who's going to get the double dose? So at this time at Wilmington, dude,
It's a scary gamble.
it's a fun gamble. So this time in Wilmington, we're like waiting in line, and I'm sitting around. I start looking around, and all of a sudden I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's daytime.
I got the double dose. I'm looking around at everybody else, and I'm like,
Everybody's like having a conversation, and you're just like, I don't want to talk to
no,
anybody.
I'm on that fucking boat ride from Willy Wonka. You know, like I'm just spiraling into hell. So we get up. It's like I get to the front of the line, and the lady looks at me, and I'm like, hi, here's my ticket. And she goes, I need you to empty your pockets. And I go, why? She goes, because it's the security line. And I went, oh, yeah, I'm not ready for that. And so we only parked like 200 feet away. So
Yeah.
I just got out of line, and my friends are like, what are you doing? And I
You
just walked.
Oh, I'm not ready for
Yeah, I'm not ready for that.
How
I walked-
long did you wait in line before you
It was
got
a long
to the front?
line, probably
So
30 minutes.
wow, so you waited for 30 minutes and then got to the front?
Mm-hmm.
And then did you have to wait for 30 minutes again?
Yeah.
Wow.
I walked to the car, so the lady just watched me walk through the car and like obviously pull things out of my pockets and shove them underneath the seat. And I'm like maybe half
She
a
just
football
like,
field away from her.
Not
She's
my
like,
job.
Yeah, whatever, dude. This is my zone.
Yeah. Nope.
That's the parking
Not
lot.
worried about it. That's a different guy's job.
Yeah. So then we finally get into the show. I'm like melting. I'm like a fucking candle, dude. I'm
Yeah.
melting. I'm burning from both ends, right?
You're just
So
falling
I'm like
apart.
laughing. I can't even really keep it together. But my
Yeah.
buddy goes in and he gets these posters.
You're the guy that people walk by at a festival
Yeah.
and are like, "Oh, that guy's struggling."
yeah. Or they're walking by and going, I want that. I
Oh,
want one of those. Because we
okay.
were just laughing, having a good time. Just like, but I was definitely tripping
Yeah,
hard.
you
Like,
were like, if a cop walks up, you're just gonna shit.
No, just walk away
Naturally.
totally.
Yeah, you're just gonna have a problem.
Kind of fall down walking away.
But you're gonna walk in a way that makes it really obvious that you're tripping.
Yeah, look like Hunter S. Thompson.
But like trying really hard because like you're trying to walk
Yeah.
right, but you
Yeah.
don't know how.
You're like trying to walk like you think people walk.
Yeah.
Just picking up your feet all weird and shit. You're like, knees to elbows, knees to elbows.
Power walking.
Like those people in the mall just.
just standing somewhere and then seeing a cop approach and just power walking away.
I'm not running. I am not running. Don't get crazy. No, so then my buddy, he goes and he buys these posters, right? So he gets these posters and he walks
Yeah.
up. This is another security lady. She's at like the side entrance, right? So he walks up to her and he goes, hey, I'm going to walk over to my car. It's right there. It's just that car right there. You can see it. And I'm going to put these posters up and then I'm going to come back. She's like, actually, sir, there's no re-entry into the show. Like, you're not allowed to leave. And he's like, hey,
Damn.
don't be ridiculous. And I like heard him say that. And I was like, what? And then he just walks to the car, pops the trunk, puts the posters in. And then he just walks right back. And he just looks at the lady as he walks by. He's like,
He just eye contacts her. He just
walked by. He fucking psychedelic Jedi mind tricked that lady. Like, don't be ridiculous.
that's incredible.
But it was like the way that he presented it was like, this is my car. You see my car. You
Yeah.
see me coming right back.
I'm not gonna leave
Like,
your sight.
Don't be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, don't be that fucking lady.
But he's right.
He was absolutely
But
right.
how often are you in a situation so much like that? Did he find it out?
It was incredible.
I think if you have the confidence, I think you can pull that off a lot of places.
I think you can do anything you want. It's like those people that walk into places with a ladder. If you have a ladder
Oh, yeah.
and you have a fucking destination, you're in, dude.
No, yeah, you're right. I have a ladder. You want to get somewhere?
Yeah, let's go to the movies.
Let's go find a show.
Well, then I'm like, now you're just a dickhead with a ladder sitting in the movies.
So I have a pretty small one. You'd be surprised how small they
Just
get.
put it in the seat next to you. Just
I have a telescopic ladder, so it's like literally like this tall,
oh, nice. It pops up.
and it goes straight
So
up.
the only time I've ever done something like that, Jedi mind trick somebody, was I walked into the movies to see Spider-Man, and just we walked in and the guy was like, "Do you have your ticket?" I went, no, I'm okay." And he went, "Okay." My buddy was like, "What?" He's like, "I bought a ticket." like he showed his ticket. I just said, "Nah, I'm good, bro." He's like, "All right, man.
Nah, I'm good.
I'm good.
That's a good one.
I'm good."
Did I ever tell you I used to work at a movie theater?
No, I didn't know that.
Oh, I was a menace, buddy.
Really? I think they should make a waiting, but for movie theaters.
It was
Like about working in a movie theater.
So me and one of my buddies, we both worked. We were ushers most of the time. So the usher is basically your whole job is you have a schedule of when every movie starts and gets
And
out.
what age are we talking about? Sorry to interrupt.
Like 15, 16,
Okay,
17.
all right, that's painting a picture. All right, so what's your job? What does
Yeah.
it entail? Your responsibilities are?
Basically, you have like a schedule of when every movie starts and ends, and you have a broom, like a half broom,
Yeah,
and a fucking one of those little sweep up
yeah, the dustpans.
dustpans. And you just gotta basically go in and give every theater like a cursory clean. Now this is like 2009, 10, that time frame. So like, none of the Ronas. That's the distant future. at this
Right,
point.
right.
So it's like you're literally just getting all of the like drinks that got
Ugh.
left and just throwing all that shit away and then sweeping all the popcorn off the floor. And you got to clean every theater before the next show.
And people are fucking monsters, dude.
Oh yeah, it gets crazy.
I only know the way they behave in a restaurant. I couldn't imagine in the dark in a theater when nobody can see. You're anonymous.
So
Your trash is anonymous trash.
So it's cool because, movie theaters work in rushes. All the movies kind of start within an hour and a half of each other or so. So, like, you're busy as hell during that time because everything's letting out and you got to get it all clean before all the next ones. So
Right.
you basically have to turn over all the theaters every, like, hour and a half. But then there's usually, like, 30, 40 minutes where there's kind of nothing going on. And we would become a menace.
Yeah.
Like, starting full-blown prank wars.
What was your favorite prank y'all did?
So my favorite thing that we figured out was I think my buddy figured out first that with the gift cards they leave up front, the office door was unreasonably easy to open.
Oh, nice.
Like it got to the point where we could get into the office faster with a card than we could with a key. Like, because they would have to take the key out and put it in and
Yeah.
turn it. But we could walk up and just, and
That's
every
awesome.
time we got really good at it. So we would just like one time we went in there and took the manager's pack of cigarettes and hid the cigarettes all over the office so that she had to go find one every time she wanted one.
That's awesome. Little treasure hunt.
One of my favorites was I would glue quarters to places sometimes.
Oh, that's
so
a
like
great one.
where on top of like the trash bin
Mm-hmm.
cover thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that one.
We had a teacher in school. His name is Dr. Brown. And like everybody fucked with this guy. I don't know why, but everybody just fucked with him. It was like one of those unsaid things where everybody's
Damn.
like just fucking with Dr. Brown.
He's
But
just got one of those faces, I guess.
he comes in one day and they super glued his coffee mug to his desk, right? So he comes in, he sits down, he's like, and everybody's fucking like the whole class is laughing. He goes, guys, I know that y'all are trying to have fun.
Aw.
He gets up and he goes, I know y'all just kidding around, but that coffee mug means so much to me. He's like, my wife gave it to me before she passed away, and I just wish y'all wouldn't have vandalized it. And the whole room is just like,
Yeah. No, that's a different.
and then he goes, just kidding.
Damn. That's
Dude,
hilarious.
brought the house down. He's like, I'm just fucking with y'all.
What did he
we were
teach?
He teaches physics.
Damn, a physics teacher who can act like that?
Dude, it was like I looked up, like he definitely got me because I was like, oh, we're monsters. We are monsters. And then when he said that, everybody was like, the Shyamalan twist. Just
That's-
like, what the fuck? Dude, one time the power went out in that classroom and my buddy Levi was in that class and like all the lights went out and there was no windows in that classroom. So absolute pandemonium. As soon as the lights go out, people are just throwing papers, screaming. And my buddy comes running up and like right where I was standing, Mr. Brown, I guess, stepped in, like Dr. Brown stepped in and my buddy punched me like in the arm. And all you hear is Dr. Brown go, hey, who punched me? My buddy thought it was me and he just dead armed the shit out of him and it was our teacher. I was like that. And like later on the next period he goes, I thought that was you. I was like, dude, I cannot believe you're the one that punched him.
Damn, dude.
And he was so cool. Like he wasn't even mad about it. He was just like, I know it probably was a mistake. I can't see shit.
Wow, that's probably
It was like a dead arm dude, just like an older brother.
like it really just like he was limp arm for the first minute of class.
He gave him the fucking frog.
With his right or his left arm.
He hit him on his right arm, but
So
he used his right hand.
So he had to avoid like writing on the board.
Yeah.
For the first couple minutes of class, he couldn't
didn't
lift
do
his
shit,
arm up.
bro. He literally the first day was like, guys, this is it for me. I got like one more semester. I'm retiring. Don't fuck this up for me. Like, please don't mess this up for me.
Yeah.
Like, just behave, kind of.
Bro,
Let's
I
do our
love
work.
when teachers are really like actually wild people.
Yeah, yeah. I had some wild.
Did I ever tell
teachers.
you about Professor Hamburger?
I don't think so, but if you did, tell me again. Because that's my favorite.
So when I was in college, for beer,
Nice.
for fermentation science, he was an organic chemistry teacher. Like that was he was a chemistry department guy, but he would teach a few of the fermentation classes because he was
Yeah.
into that stuff too. And just the kind of guy that he was, like just an incredible person because I heard about him before I met him. When I moved there, a friend of mine was just graduating the program.
Yeah.
So he gave me all these stories.
Yeah, he
He's
slid
like,
you the dossier.
He's like, one semester, a kid talked him out of giving us a final.
Don't be ridiculous.
I mean, honestly, not that far off. Because basically he was like, the kid was like, what if you just, scramble our crate, like say give it like a range of A to C, you
Yeah.
randomize it, we'll all be good with it.
No.
And everybody was like, yeah. And he was like, nah, we can't do that. They'll know. And he's like, how? We're not going to say anything.
Yeah.
And
We're
he
on
was
your
like,
side.
okay. And
Yeah.
they just didn't,
That's awesome.
didn't have a final.
That's awesome.
Also, and I learned that this is true as well in my classes, loves goats. Like he lives in like a mountain like house where he's got some
He's got a little-
property.
yeah,
he
he's got
has
some
like
land.
he's got like sheds and
Mm-hmm.
so he's one of these wild guys. Like he's done stories where he'll be like, I left my pickles out, my homemade fermented pickles
Nice.
out with the lid off, and there was like something that grew on top of it, and I was like, well, let's see if they're still good. And I just tried one, and it gave it a pretty interesting extra thing, and I kind of like it. So
He's just got mold on his pickles.
Yeah, no, he's just
That's hilarious.
He's just doing crazy shit.
Did he have a hamburger helper? Did he have a
So-
TA?
So here's the thing: I didn't meet him until my second year, right? I didn't. He probably did. Yeah, he did.
I couldn't help it.
I
dude.
can't believe-
it was nagging me. I was
I
like,
can't-
did he have a hamburger?
Keegan, I can't believe that nobody ever said that.
I mean, come
Oh
on,
my
dude.
God,
It was
dude.
right there the
That's
whole
incredible.
time. Low hanging.
I never saw it. I never looked up. Far
This is
enough.
my TA, my hamburger helper.
All right. So I didn't meet Hamburger till my second year. And by the way, it's spelled hamburger,
Hamburger.
but it's pronounced hamburger.
That's
Like he'll
awesome.
be like, "My name's Professor Hamburger." That's what he goes by. It's his name.
I just keep seeing that dude that was like in the McDonald's, the old
Yeah.
hamburger with the eyes.
Yeah. No, he's so. I meet Hamburger. I'm taking a class that basically I just have to take,
Yeah.
which is, every department has like their low-level class, like at least one low-level class that
Yeah.
everybody can use as like an elective,
Right.
where it's like kind of entry level. What do you think of this major? This is kind of the general stuff,
Yeah.
stuff. So it was just like fermentation 1.
Yeah. 101.
And this is like I'm good. Like next year, I'm taking I'm taking senior classes now, and also fermentation 1. So it's like a joke of a class. It's a joke of a class for everybody.
Yeah. Nice.
It's fun. It's
gotta have those.
You're making pickles and kimchi and
Nice.
You're doing kombucha. You're doing all the fun
Oh,
stuff.
that was
Yeah.
about to say kombucha. That'd be fun, dude.
Yeah, so it's that kind of class. Hamburger was teaching after a forced sabbatical, where apparently what happened is during a chemistry department meeting, he called another professor a racist motherfucker again.
Again.
So
God damn it, hamburger. Strike 2.
So he took a year off. And then he came back and he was teaching this class, and I learned a lot of stuff about him. The goats is fun because basically if you don't want to do that,
Yeah.
like that day's class, if you can bring up goats in any way, honestly, blatantly, it doesn't matter. If you ask him a question about a goat,
A goat fact.
we are talking about goats today. Today's a goat day. And
We got hamburger off track.
dude, he loves goats. One time we found out, so there's, a duck pond on campus, and he's like, yeah, if you go out there, most of them are white ducks. Well, there's 2 brown ones, and those are my ducks that I brought. I didn't want to take care of anymore, so I brought them to the duck pond and put them there. If you catch them, you can have those ones.
If you catch the ducks, they're yours. Those are technically your duck.
Yeah.
That's funny as fuck. Dude, you were talking about a final?
Yeah.
I couldn't help but
We didn't pull it off, but it's also the final. Oh no, we did have. So he was teaching distillation at that time as well,
Oh, that's a cool class.
and he had a jar of shine.
Nice.
Student made shine, and basically when you turned your final in, if you showed your ID, he would give you a shot.
Oh, dude, hamburger's the best.
No, Hamburger
That is the coolest.
my favorite teacher I ever had.
Dude, what a fucking cool guy.
Yeah,
I love that.
dude, he told us the story of when he was expelled from the school that we were going to.
What?
When he was a young man, he went and he was expelled his first semester for throwing a snowball at cops.
I love hamburger.
And then he
dude.
went and got his chemistry degree somewhere else.
Calling out racism,
Did his-
ACAB,
did
dude.
And then he had a career and then became a teacher at the school that he was expelled from.
He's probably out there. Oh, what a redemption story,
I
too.
know.
What a redemption. So he's probably out there making DMT with his goats.
There's no way that he's not.
Yeah, he's probably
There's-
just out there fucking tripping with his goats.
He's definitely experiment. If I had to guess, most of the mushroom supply of that town.
Yeah.
Is probably.
I was thinking
from,
that
from
too. I
Hamburger.
didn't want to blow
Yeah.
up Hamburger Spot, but I was thinking that.
I wouldn't be surprised if
Mighty
he
Cala-
was one of the like however many chemists who are making it currently.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was him.
I would love to meet the guy that made the LSD I was telling you about, the double dose
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
I would love to meet that guy, like just to
'Cause that
just
stuff
pick
is
his brain.
crazy.
Oh, it is by far the craziest. So I took a big sabbatical for a long time. Just took
Yeah.
time off because I got dosed at a concert. Some guy in front of me at a show, it was second set, and the guy in front of me puts his hand out, and this dude just goes from a vial, and I was immediately like, oh no, like get away from me, dude. I wanted no part of it, right? So I kind of forget about it. Music starts.
Yeah.
This girl goes to pass me a bowl. Well, as she's passing me a bowl, like two people back, I like almost drop it. So then some guy like grabs my arm, like helps me. I'm like, oh, thanks, man. Why was your hand wet? And I look over.
And it's that guy.
Yeah, it's fucking Puddle Patty. Just
And-
rubbed 10 hits
Yeah.
of LSD on my arm. And then I was like, maybe
Yeah.
that's not how it works.
Because he's tripping nuts, so
Oh,
he
had
forgot
no
that
idea.
it was
like
in his
nobody
hand.
was home. Like he was.
Yeah.
I mean, when I looked at him, like this dude is fucking gone. Because everybody was like, I would have kicked his ass.
But what a nice guy to try to help.
That's
though.
what I said. He was just
You
trying to
know?
help. He didn't want anybody. He didn't want to see a drop bowl. Not on his watch.
Yeah. At
And then
least
it was
he's
like-
not a dick about it.
I was thinking, I'm like, well,
At least he didn't walk up and just slap you in the face or something. Like, you know.
spit LSD in my mouth. Just, oh, like that scene from Jurassic Park.
Just like, yeah.
A little
You just see him. He takes a syringe and a vial and just bloodstream. You ever
Like, oh, what was that prick? He has a blow dart.
you ever hardline LSD, kid?
Think about your life. They said one time the drummer from the Allman Brothers said that they played with the Grateful Dead. And the first time he played with them, Owsley, the guy that made all the LSD, he dosed him. And so he's like, the first time he played, he's like, fuck that. I'm
Yeah.
not letting that dude anywhere near
No.
anything, right? So he had a
No.
bottle of wine. His
By the
own
way, the
bottle of
current
wine.
term is Ari Shafiring people.
Yeah, Ari Shafirin. But he had a bottle of wine that he wouldn't let anybody near. Only
Yeah.
he was drinking it. So he's on stage and he's playing drums. And all of a sudden he said as he's playing drums, they became like big pillows. They started floating. He's like, what the fuck? And he looks over off stage and there's Owsley and these two girls and they're dying laughing. And he's like, how did they get me?
Yeah, they
and he holds
syringed
up
it through the cork.
Super Soaker. While he was playing, they were behind him shooting him
Whoa.
with a Super Soaker. Like,
Whoa.
yeah, dude. And they finally got it into the wine. So it took like a half a first set for them to finally hit the bottle. How crazy is that?
That's
I would be pissed.
what a dick.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're the Grateful Dead traveling around. I mean, they're
Yeah, I
just-
guess if you're
I don't believe in that. Don't
hang
fucking
out with the
dose
Grateful
me.
Dead
Yeah,
then.
don't ever dose me.
Yeah.
Like, you want me to take some, just ask. Do not fucking put that. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
It's but no. So I got dosed. Thank God we were staying at a beach house, and I had friends there. They just like
Yeah.
basically held my hand and walked me out of the show. So yeah, I took a sabbatical
Just
from
staring at the ocean like,
Oh,
what kind
bro.
of monsters live in that fucking
I kept
thing?
going. The ocean is huge.
Yeah.
They're like, what?
No, the ocean. The
I
ocean's
was like,
a dick.
people
man.
just jumped on wooden ships
yeah.
and just went across
just
it.
a
dude.
bunch of wood.
Yeah, with a fucking bed sheet, just like with a map that they didn't even know.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that
they
guy.
didn't even. Well, the map, it was just a piece of paper that was just half of it was full, and they were like, let's see what's over this way.
Yeah, most of the people that were sailing were drunk because those are the only idiots that would do it. Just
Yeah.
like, fuck it.
Would you sail? Would you even sail like if it was like, okay, I live in this town, I'm gonna die in this town, unless I get on a motherfucking boat and go a long way, even if it's like a worked out route.
Yeah.
Are you doing it?
Yeah.
You
Sailboats
doing
are dope. Have you ever been on a sailboat?
I'm talking old school.
Oh, you're
buddy.
talking. Oh,
No.
I thought you just meant now. I was like, no,
No,
dude,
no.
sailboats are
No,
dope.
now. No, that's fine. But no.
Old school. I don't know. It just depends on how bad is the place I'm living.
I mean, I'm going to say, average peasants.
Yeah, I might have to get out. But I don't know. You wouldn't even know what was different. But there's just the people. I think there's just different kind of people that are like, I just gotta see.
I gotta see what's out there,
I gotta
buddy.
see it from. And imagine them pulling up to like. I mean, the United States is so wildly different. Like as you progress in the country, like everything was. So, I mean, you have desert,
Yeah.
you have the mountains. It's just like they were probably like, what the fuck is happening here?
It's wild that it's all ruled by one thing. It's,
know. It's crazy.
It's crazy that you can live in the desert and vote on something that people in the mountains need to is going to deal with.
Yeah,
those.
people are like, I don't know about immigration. You're like, you don't even fucking deal with it. Like, you're not down here, bro. Like, this shit is our problem.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it is very. It's bizarre to have like a president, like one person that runs it, and like we pretend like he's the one guy that runs like 300 million people.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah,
He doesn't.
On paper, that doesn't make sense.
It's never been more evident than with Joe Biden
Oh
just
my
gibberishing.
God. Did you see that video? I know I hate
Did
to
he
get
do a
into
recent
like.
one?
I hate to get into like political shit because it's so hacky. But no, they had a video with the Coke in the White House, and then they had Hunter Biden on the fucking balcony.
Yeah. Yeah, really fucking.
I was like, my
wonder-
man, dude.
But did you need that video to know it was his?
No, not at all. But you got to have people in your life that pull you aside and go, hey,
They were-
wipe your fucking nose.
The only thing that would have made it more obvious is if they found it next to a box of baking soda.
No, they just found it on top of his laptop. They're like, you're literally doing lines on top of the laptop in question. Sorry, dude.
He's got an iPad with his dick as the background.
Yeah.
Just open with lines spread out. He's just.
The urge to
I like
just
to do
every
coke off my own dick.
yeah, the Marilyn Manson style, dude. Just walking like, first off, impressive that you have
Dad
your.
wouldn't pay for the rib thing.
So I just broke them. Jesus, dude. Goddamn, he's doing a numbie off his taint.
Maybe the greatest president's child to ever be.
For sure.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
the most interesting by a lot. You
By a landslide.
haven't heard about any of the other ones.
No, I was about to say maybe
What was George Washington's kid doing?
the Obama daughter was at Coachella.
Yeah, but that's so fucking.
That's what I'm
hack.
saying. I was just like, yeah, she's at Coachella with like 9 secrets of security standing
Yeah.
around her.
Yeah, just tripping nuts, staring at dudes in suits like, are they following me?
You know, some guy was at the show going,
Just
who the fuck is that guy?
she ruined. How many people did she ruin Coachella for?
A ton. Everywhere she went, people were like, chill, 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 dude, chill, chill. Put that away. Put it
Gonna
down.
get us, bro.
Put it down.
Get us.
Dude, I got to tell this story. We went to an Humphrey show one time, and we took this. I forget what we took. I think it was mushrooms. I don't know. I have to ask the
That's
party
not a
in
good
question.
sign.
It was well, I forget what he was specifically on because there was a big group of everybody, but he was tripping, right? So he's
Yeah.
down on the floor. And dude, he convinced himself that the security guard was like following him and like was watching him. And so like the whole show, he'd like come back up to the seats and be like, I don't know, man. Like that night he was telling us about how paranoid he was and we were all laughing, but he's like, at the time, dude, I was
like losing
going through it.
Losing it.
He like kept thinking this one guy was an undercover cop. Like just some dude, like, why is this guy staring at me? My buddy's just over there.
And he's not.
No.
You're just turning around, so you're looking at the people looking
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
You're just like, why is that guy staring at me?
Yeah.
And he's just trying, and he's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
He's like, why is that guy
Yeah,
turning
that
around
guy
and staring
will
at
not
me?
break eye contact with me. This is outrageous. Why is that guy staring at me? Because you have no pants on. Like you're freaking people out, dude. No,
You're wearing a mesh shirt.
we- Where are your shoes?
You're not supposed to be served, I think. How did you get here?
Who gave you a goddamn beer? What bar did you get a beer from? I'm about to shut it down right now. Sir, we're actually here to take your liquor license. Did you serve this fucking hunk of
You
shit?
serve.
They're like, I don't know what happened. I told him he couldn't get a
He
drink.
has no
and
shirt or no shoes.
The naked guy? I don't know
Says
what
it
happened.
on the sign.
They're like, I tried to refuse him, and he just looked at me and said, "Don't be ridiculous," and just
Jeff.
gave him a beer.
Jeff, come over here, Jeff.
Yeah.
You see that fucking sign? There's a reason we have that sign. No shirt, no shoes. Like, it's not even that he's fucked up. It's that he doesn't have shirt or shoes.
Dude, there was a guy at Tool at Bonnaroo that was like a fat, naked dude, and there's 90,000 people. And when this dude started running through the crowd, it was like they parted the Red
Yeah,
Seas,
just-
bro. Everybody's like, nope.
Yeah. Honestly,
I
that
want no
guy
part
is
of a
kind of a
sweaty fat guy.
genius. Because that's how you get to the front.
Oh my God. Well, he was running from the front.
Oh.
He was running through, and it's like he was having a psychedelic break, but he was like literally running. I could only imagine what he was seeing.
Oh, he was losing it.
Oh, and he's running, and it's 90,000 people. So you're just in a sea of people, and he was running like dead through the middle. So it's like all you see is just like people, and it's like
and they all look like monsters, probably.
I was like, man, that guy probably is not going to get out of this crowd.
Yeah.
He's probably going to end up strapped to a gurney.
Yeah. a large gurney.
And think about how many people's times
They're gonna need to call a special gurney for this guy.
Get him out like Dumbo drop.
It's gonna be a problem in the medical tent trying to restrain this guy.
Oh my
They
god.
they don't have the tools.
Oh my god.
They need some rhino trank. In
Yeah,
this
they got to
bitch.
get that Pokeball, the high level one. He's
You just
busting
got to
out
get
that
him the
bitch.
right dose of ketamine, man. Put him down like a horse.
That's crazy.
It is. Have you ever thought about how we like? Do you think that the first guy that did ketamine and trip nuts was like, why have we been just spacing horses for surgery this whole time?
Yeah, he probably looked at the horse and was like,
Our-
God damn, dude, this is what you're feeling like?
Maybe horses are the most enlightened of all of us.
Yeah, maybe. They're like on another plane. You like do ketamine. Now you're just like having a telepathic conversation with a horse. And you're like, I can't keep up with what he's fucking talking about. This dude is levels above me.
It's like that lady that did acid with dolphins.
Yeah. John Lilly's
Whatever.
girl. Yeah.
Yeah. So just be the horse guy.
That's what I was thinking. Dude, you're just the horse guy.
Just do ketamine with horses.
You and a horse are just laying around. That's what Mr. Ed was. Some guy in a barn on ketamine, like, gave a horse peanut butter. Like, I think he's talking to me, bro.
Oh, buddy.
All right, man.
Yeah, we've been going for a while.
All right. I think that was a good one. Hey, thanks for tuning in, guys. Run up the clips. Make sure you send them out to everybody. We're actually getting some pretty good numbers. So show your friends. Send this podcast out to everybody. Thanks for hanging in, man.
Watch Trent's Unnamed Podcast.
Yeah, watch Trent's Unnamed Podcast. And
Bitch.
bye.